Hey everybody, it is LexxMarie here. So I wanted to have a reading on the dog of the Watts family. This has got brought up more than once, but it was one time and I was like, wow, that's really like living outside the box, you know, so let me see what I can do with that. I do connect with animals that have passed and animals that are living. So regardless of the state he was in, I wanted to see what he's seen or saw, or what he's seeing now, what he heard, if anything. So we'll just go from there. So that was really what I was getting to. What did you see, and did you hear anything, and when the bad stuff happened? So first I saw an image of him in a cage or in a room alone, and he was downstairs, he was not upstairs. The kids were, and then the kids were always asking for snacks. I don't know if they were asking that night and that's why he brought that up, or if he's just saying because dogs' personalities, their spirit is different from ours. The image I received made me think next, did Shanann make him take his work boots off before he walked into the house or close to the door enough to make a mess? And this was like on the daily. Did she make him just take his boots off at a certain spot and not let him go into the rest of the house with the boots on? If that's the case, he said he heard boot steps or steps hard. So he could have been downstairs when the crime happened. When the crime happened, if it was happening upstairs, which is explainable. He wasn't around them because he was locked up or scared. So I kept on getting that feeling that he wasn't really there. I got this feeling that if he was out, he would have either ran away whenever the garage door was open, or not ran away, but barked a lot if he was in the midst of all that. A gas can was brought into my mind's eye, so it could mean that he was going to burn them at first possibly, but knew that would cause more questions quicker. His adrenaline was out of this world in this moment. Dieter may have been in garage, because I saw cement stairs, but very shallow ones, as if like, you know, little steps going into the garage, or that one step before you get into the house from the garage door. The next one was, he said, don't call me Dieter Watts, I just like Dieter. So he's a funny character. His breed is also a little goofy, so that would make sense. The next one was, she was going to get up to check on the kids, and I'm assuming he means Shanann. That's when he jumped on her. So the way that he described him just sitting on top of her and strangling her, it didn't happen exactly that way. I think they may have been fighting, and she was like, I'm gonna go get the kids, you know, you're not gonna do this, blah, 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 blah. And he thought they were dead. So, or he didn't want anything to happen if his confession was real and the statements that the messages I received prior were accurate. Then she went to go check on the kids. They were already dead and he was scared, or thought they were dead and he was scared. So he went ahead and jumped on her and strangled her. Bella and Cece were never around NK. And if they were, he treated her nonchalant. Chris treated NK nonchalant. And as a friend, because Bella would have told Shanann, no doubt, 100%. And I felt that he knew that because he's not stupid. Conclusion, he didn't see much except probably Shanann being dragged out of the garage from me seeing the steps. And so that's the only thing I was getting as far as Dieter's concerned. I don't think he was there enough to have that much of an opinion on it. I think he just heard a lot. And he wanted to say little things about snacks. So maybe the kids were talking about snacks because they were traumatized and shocked that they have been smothered and didn't die. This could be a reason why, because a lot of people that go through shock, they act like nothing ever happened, like let's go on to the next thing, because they don't believe that just happened, or they don't know what happened type thing. People were telling me to do a reading on NK. I was thinking about it. I don't like to do things without people's consent, but at the same time, she was doing things without someone else's consent. We're not perfect. Everybody's, you know, had their time in relationships when they've done things they're not proud of. But that was, he had a wife and she didn't care. So I don't see why she would care if someone else did something without her consent, is what I'm getting at. So if you have any thoughts on this, just go ahead and comment, and I'll see you guys later. Love ya.